Tropicana and propaganda. Oh, Tropicana and propaganda. Tropicana. What's happening? It's Allay Earhart. We're rocking with Trill, guys.
Can I get one more chance? 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 Guess we love him by mistake, and I know that it's hurting you, cause it's hurting me, knowing that we no longer be.
As far as a record label, I'm not officially signed to anyone, but I guess if we're going to say organizations, it'll be BMI, you know what I'm saying, for the writers affiliation aspect of it, making sure that all my songs are registered and copyrighted. But no, not officially signed to any label. I know my dad and my aunt, they've started a record label by the name of Big House Entertainment, and you know, I help out with writing for them and stuff like that, but I'm not officially signed to it. But definitely shouts out to Big House Entertainment. Yeah, definitely Master P, but I won't just limit it to him. But I'll say he's like at the height of it, just simply because of where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we both from back of town. I'm from the old side, and he's from the new side of the project, right? But just knowing that, you know, somebody come up from, you know what I'm saying, my environment, and although I never physically met him, but just his impact back here alone, it just gave a lot of hope, like, man, you can do something with your life, you know what I'm saying? Because early on, you know, the only things I was used to, I'm not gonna front and make it seem like it was just a negative upbringing, you know, because I learned a lot from back here. It was a lot of positive things that went on, but it was also, you know, the bad as well. But just knowing someone like Master P being able to be on the big screen, and every time I go to the store, I see he got chip bags and shit, him and his son, you know what I'm saying? And then when you go right back inside, you see him on TV, but then you see his son on Nickelodeon, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was just a lot of inspiration from that, or from Master P, I would say. But then also I gotta give it up to my auntie once again, Miss T. She was the first lady that was ever signed to Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? So she was definitely an inspiration. I have to say Lil Wayne, of course, you know, just the fact that I feel as, in terms of an artist-wise, he's the biggest artist to come from New Orleans, you know, and do it how he did it in terms on a music level. But just as far as overall how you should do it in terms of, you know, leading by example, taking care of your community, I definitely have to say Nip, you know what I'm saying? And this is prior to him passing. A lot of people that's real close to me, they know how much I used to vouch for Nip and try to get them on his music and all that type of stuff. And like I said, it was just a lot of things that he did I was already doing, you know, prior to really getting into his music. But once I got into his music, it was just more of an inspiration, like, yo, you know, I can do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I see somebody that, once again, come from a similar environment is doing it. So that's just to name a few. I can go on and on about the inspirations, but that's just a few.
Okay, well, that was good.
The world that's around me, dog, like, just thinking about my current situation, or even the growth from, you know, previous situations that I've been in, is what always keep me motivated. You know, I would always tell my homies and business partners, you know, when we be at our down periods, that we gonna make it, you know. Just seeing all of the success stories that has came before us, and just something as small as, well, I ain't gonna even say small, because that'd be undermining it, but Hurricane Katrina, you know, that was something that I feel like if my city was able to bounce back from such a devastating tragedy, like, I know I can bounce back through whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just be like reality, real life situations that be making me keep going and keep pushing, you know? Because once again, if it was just up to me, I could have been stopped. But I know I got a lot of people that's counting on me, you know what I'm saying? So I can't let them down, and that's motivation enough, you know? So yeah, that's what keeps me motivated. Having my mom on my second project, The Coup, and also every time I get a chance to perform in front of her, to show her that the person that she gave birth to, like, the birth didn't go in vain. You know what I'm saying? That is actually having a positive impact on people. So that's really my greatest musical achievement. The fact that my mom get a chance to experience, the product that she gave birth to. I think every artist should accomplish, like a sense of self or self-purpose. You know what I'm saying? A purpose within this world. Because it's like early on, although I always felt that I possessed the ability to make great music or whatever the case is, I feel like I wasn't ready to be on a big platform just yet because I was still learning and still am learning who I am. But I feel like I have a great understanding and I know my purpose is on this planet, you dig? So it's like, I think before even trying to pursue a Grammy or go platinum or having many streams and touring and all that, like you really need to accomplish knowing who you are and what you were put on this earth for, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, definitely. It has nothing to do with, the tangible material possessions that you can get or the accolades, I'll say, And that's something that I always used to tell my friends in high school when I first started rapping. They're like, bro, you definitely need to, keep rapping, you're gonna get a Grammy and all that. And I still stand by this to today. I do not care about a Grammy at all, or none of those awards. It's like, knowing that some of the greatest or people that's considered as the greats of what we call hip-hop never got an award, I know I don't need one, right? We were just having a conversation about Tupac. Tupac never won a Grammy award, you know what I'm saying? Even before him, though, the pioneers of hip-hop never won a Grammy. So I just really think people, should focus more on knowing who they are instead of, like, trying to get the accolades to validate who they are, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how you get lost. But the real gonna know what it is forever. So what we have here, I don't know if you can see it. I don't even consider these as chains, to be honest. Once again, we were just having a conversation about my discovery of my family in St. Francisville. One of my uncles, who I consider a father figure, he did like 18 years in Angola, and Vaku was a way of putting money on his books, you know what I'm saying? And instead of just putting money on his books, he took the initiative to learn hobby and craft. So he started creating belts, slippers, handbags, all of that from scratch. And this was one of the things that he was going to use to put on on one of the products. And when he sent it, I just did it the hip hop way. I put a shoestring on his mug, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just represented from that aspect of, his work. So it's, for me, like I said, it's not about diamonds or trying to portray that I have a diamond chain on. This is me representing my uncle's work, his hard work from coming from out of the streets, you know what I'm saying? And making that transition, that evolution, to being in prison for all those years, but then he finding his purpose, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this to represent him. Right here is my first cousin. Her name is Dwayna. She was the first person to graduate college in my family. And that was a motivation for me. I used to wear this every single day when I started my college career. And just a reminder of, I want to be one of the ones to finish. So I made history as well by being the first male in my family to graduate college. And right underneath that, I got my mom. Excuse me, my nose is gonna stop up. But I got my mom. I gotta clean it out a little bit. But she was maybe like 15, 16, in between that range. You know what I'm saying? And a good friend of mine's, actually, maybe I want to check this out, is Earthfields on Instagram. And that's the website, earthfields.com. And this is a rainbow fluorite. I'm still doing my research on it. I had a clear quartz crystal as a ring at one time. And the copper, it made my finger turn green, so I started rocking it, you know what I'm saying? But, this was a gift from one of my friends that I met in middle school. And we had recently reconnected, and this was something that she gifted me with. And in return, I've been rocking it, and they started with the Vaku. And over here, I got some pendants. This Overthinkers movement, this is a media platform, organization of just a lot of forward-thinking individuals in the city of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Destiny and Travis. Right here is my little sister's pendant. She got this after being, you know, an honorary student or whatever, passionate reader, and I just be rocking it. When I'm out in the street, I think about her when I look at this, but then it also just describes, you know, who I am, because I like to read a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I just recently got this at that event, the Seek Up event. Shout out to Rod Smooth, Chasing Cash, Nepsy, and Fifth Wall Weeby. But yeah, this is a TuneCore pendant, and actually, I just registered with TuneCore, so I just been rocking it, you know what I'm saying? And it said music made me, and honestly, that's really what it is. Music did make me, so it's like, yeah, that's all I got going on, you dig? I don't know what the second half of the question was, but as far as our list, yeah.
Yeah,
So to you rappers, this is not no jury. I'm not trying to make it seem like I got, you know what I'm saying, diamond chains and all that, because that has no value. But this has a lot of value, you dig? Yeah. Vaku, simply put, is a term that was created by my friends and I in high school. That means indescribable happiness, or just simply having a good time, you know. And the way that I relate it, it stemmed from, you know, Hurricane Katrina once again. And I recall that was a time period where we was homeless, me and my family. And it wasn't for a long period of time, but we definitely was homeless. And I just remember, like, if I ever had a platform in which I can, you know, help people change, you know, their situation in some sense, then I will. And so, you know, I've always had aspirations to create a brand, and went through a lot of trial and errors with different brands or whatever. But when Vaku came about, that was literally like a gift from God, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, ultimately, when we first started, like, one of the taglines that we would use was struggle, grind, Vaku, right? So just showing you the different phases of, you know, everybody from any level have some sort of a struggle, right? Or some sort of obstacle you have to overcome. Even if you're a billionaire, you still have some sort of struggle. But then you also have the grind, that part of, you know, just staying with whatever you committed to, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, you'll have what we call Vaku, right? That indescribable happiness, or even just looking back on the situation or the obstacles that you've been through, it could be considered as Vaku, that you look back and like, damn, I went through all that, but it was a crazy good time, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what Vaku primarily is, and just want to, you know, do that and showcase that, I'll say, in different mediums, whether it's the music or how we were just speaking about with movies, or just any entertainment aspect that can just help ease or soothe certain, you know, plights that we have going on in the world, and replacing it with Vaku, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that's what Vaku is, and you know, we started off with apparel, just to brand the actual term. So I know for a long time, you know, I used to be like, man, I don't want people to think we're a clothing line, because fashion was never my passion per se, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always been a fly dude since a young age, but I never was like into, let me create this garment from scratch or whatever the case is. But much love to, you know, everybody that do, you feel me? But that just never was my thing. And it was just one of the things where, like I said, we created the apparel to brand what it is that we're talking about right now, so people can be more aware of the concept. But definitely in the near future, I still want to be able to bring the concept to life through different products, whether that may be water, beverage, right? Or even what I really, really want to do, a fragrance, you know what I'm saying? Festivals, like, one day I'm going to own that lot, I promise you I will. Like, that was my elementary school, Chester, Florence J. Chester. And it's empty right now, but one day I definitely want to have that lot and have it to where, you know, it's, in a sense, like Vaku land. You know
Right.
So, yeah. I'm happy to document this, you know what I'm saying? So you can see, for sure. That's what it's going to be.
We put it over there.
Yeah, man. That's ultimately in a nutshell what Vaku is, you know. And it's been a wonderful experience through all the ups and downs.
Is the way that I Tropicana and propaganda. Oh, Tropicana and propaganda. Tropicana, a proper